When you're preparing for the zombie apocalypse, it's important that you don't underestimate the importance of certain items that we're about to talk about on this list. There are various things that you might not realize could make a huge difference. You don't want to be that guy in your group who gets eaten by the undead first, so listen up. Here is the most underrated zombie survival equipment. But first, quick shout out goes to Andres Castillo for leaving us this comment about making more zombie videos. It's been a while, but that doesn't mean the apocalypse won't soon be here. Be sure to subscribe and check out more of our zombie videos right here on American Eye. Number 14. Ballistics Knife. First used by the spetsnaz soldiers in the late 1970s in Afghanistan, they could fly at a speed of 60 feet per second, fast enough to rip through zombie flesh and possibly some forms of body armor. When the zombie apocalypse is finally here, you might be happy that you have a few ballistic knives in your arsenal just in case. We all know the importance of having a knife when getting up close and personal with the undead, but the ability to shoot off a knife might be overlooked. It would be preferable that you don't shoot off your knife until it's close enough that you have a clear headshot. Once the knife is lodged inside its head, you'll have to use your judgment as to whether or not you want to retrieve it. On the plus side, it's one of the most silent weapons on the market. Just in case it's contagious, just retrieve the knife if you miss, because you don't want to know what kind of germs might be on it. Number 13. A pot or pan. Once you venture off into the wilderness during the zombie apocalypse, you'll have to find a way not only to cook properly, but also to purify water that you come across. Reimagine that you didn't underestimate the importance of a fire starter, so this could be the next thing you should buy. If you don't have bottled water, another way to rid the water of the virus or bacteria is to boil it. Make sure you bring it to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute and let it cool before you start to drink it. The pot or pan could also be used as a weapon if needed. Number 12. Scuba diving gear. Since escaping the zombies might require you to swim to a remote island, scuba diving gear or even simply swimming goggles can be imperative for your survival. Being able to scavenge underwater sea creatures or bottom-dwelling sea cucumbers could be a crucial way to gather food during the zombie apocalypse. As long as you think the water isn't contaminated with the zombie virus, then it shouldn't be much of a problem as long as you got the right gear. Some preppers have even considered stashing some of their surplus resources underwater, which wouldn't be affected by a tsunami. In any case, zombies can't swim, so if you're underwater, you should be safe. Number 11. Titanium Spork. You think this sounds like a joke, but those who are smart enough to have brought sporks before the apocalypse will be the ones laughing. They're crafted for long-time use, won't rust, and you can even buy the color that suits you the best. Not only does it function properly as a spoon, but also works just fine as a fork. This means that just about any canned food you come across can also be eaten with this one-of-a-kind utensil. Titanium is known for being able to last hundreds of years and for being one of the strongest metals you can possibly find, so why not get one in its spork form? You certainly wouldn't want your plastic spork to break and then you don't have anything to eat with at all. Number 10. Poncho. Don't underestimate the simple power of a poncho and what it can do for you. Lightweight and easy to pack, ponchos can serve more purposes than just keeping you dry. If you're creative enough, you could probably use a few ponchos to make yourself a tent or a shelter in the rainy environment. Keeping things dry is important, considering the fact that moisture will lead to fungal and microbial infections. Ponchos are utilized quite often by the military and other survivalists. It's a versatile item that should be kept in your survival kit. They're available for your dogs too, in case your dog likes fighting zombies. Number 9. Personal care. We understand that you aren't going on vacation and you probably aren't going to be going on any dates when the zombie apocalypse is here. But you will still need to make an attempt to keep up with your daily hygiene to prevent illness. And if you go for a long time without using a few of these personal care items, it can lead to more serious problems in the future. Consider bringing a comb to prevent your hair from getting knotted and to combat against bugs that might be living in there. Your toothbrush and toothpaste will certainly help you from getting cavities. You better believe your teeth will certainly be a tricky thing to get fixed during the apocalypse. Stuff like this should be included into your first aid kit, which contains plenty of bandages, disinfectants, ointments, and ways to disinfect yourself. Number 8. Gilley Suit. Sometimes your best defense can be camouflage. You can do it in a matter of 24 hours with Amazon Prime's next day shipping. Outdoor ghillies are available online in various colors and camouflages to help you adapt to your environment and hopefully keep you safe from zombies or other looters. With over 444 customer reviews getting a 4.5-star rating, you'd have to assume that this one is getting the job done. It's made of 98% polyester and even comes with a gun wrap, so you can always stay just a little bit blended. Hopefully your smell won't give you away though. Number 7. The Deadon Annihilator Super Hammer. Dead-on, applied directly to the zombie's forehead. This multi-tool seems like it was almost created to survive a zombie apocalypse. It's only $41.97 on Amazon right now with free shipping. It can be used for ripping out nails, a chisel, bottle opener, a wrench, and can also be used as a hammer of course. But you shouldn't forget its actual purpose of annihilating zombies. In many videos, it's been proven to be a good tool for removing tiles from walls and is basically used for demolishing home interiors. It's definitely heavy enough to be used as a good club too. There's no way this thing wouldn't be useful in a zombie apocalypse and you need one. Number 6. Chapstick. Fighting zombies with chapped lips is never a good idea, and while preparing for the apocalypse, it might be something good to stock up on. While there are obvious reasons you'd want to have chapstick with you at all times, it might have some practical uses to it as well. The wax from chapstick can also be used to seal up wounds that you come across and can be used in a similar manner as Vaseline. Once you're done with the chapstick, you can hold on to the container and use it to put things in such as seeds, toothpicks, mints, gums, etc. Many chapsticks have some form of sunblock in them, so in case you run out of sunscreen, putting some chapstick on your nose and sensitive areas should work out okay for you. Number 5. Reinforced windows. This one cannot be stressed enough, and many people will realize that zombies can break through your pitiful glass windows. Don't be one of those people who gets eaten first. Zombies don't really care if they have a few cut marks on their arms from breaking open windows, so this is something you need to consider. There are many different ways you could possibly do it, but the best option would be to get bulletproof windows. If you're thinking about getting reinforced windows for your car, some have considered putting pieces of chain link fences to cover side windows and also the rear view windows. This could also work well, but don't forget that it might reduce your visibility. Number 4. Potassium Iodine. You never know how the zombie apocalypse might arrive, but nuclear warfare certainly seems to be a possibility. In order for you not to become a radioactive zombie, here's a special tip for you. The best supplement you could take to prevent radiation poisoning would be potassium iodide. If you already have a good stock of that, good job. But don't take any until you know radiation has hit your area. The longest you can wait to take it is about 4 hours, and won't be quite as effective if you wait that long to take it, but certainly better than nothing. It works by protecting your thyroid gland from being harmed from radioactive iodide. Consider taking about 130 milligrams if you weigh over 150 pounds and about 65 if you weigh under that amount. Number 3. Black Hawk Kevlar Gloves. If there comes a point in time where you may need to attack a zombie with your bare hands, you gotta be ready. These gloves are made from bulletproof materials and are designed for tactical operations. These are some of the best in the business and are also made of high-quality cow leather and reinforced fingertips. Your knuckles will be molded into a hard shell that will be capable of delivering deadly blows to whatever you come across. Your hands are also going to become your most reliable tools, especially when it comes to building and crawling through the ground. Since they're built to withstand the toughest of all terrains and situations, as well as being waterproof, it's an item that shouldn't be overlooked. Number 2. A survival slingshot. You might have thought it was just a weapon that no good troublemakers in class were using, but think again. If David could use a slingshot to defeat Goliath, you should be able to defeat a few zombies with them. Slingshots are one of the most primitive weapons out there and have been around since the Stone Age. But believe it or not, slingshots have made quite a few technological advancements in modern times and still feels a little bit underrated when it comes to zombie apocalypse survival. Not only are slingshots much cheaper than crossbows, you can really fire just about anything you find laying around on the ground. While of course metal pellets would be your first choice of ammunition to use against zombies, things like rocks can work great against birds when you're trying to hunt. For anti-zombie purposes, consider using a 20mm pellet which will be able to penetrate the skull. And number 1. Wine and champagne. Getting through the apocalypse will certainly be a struggle, and trying to live a bougie lifestyle might turn out to be difficult. During some difficult circumstances, you might not always be recommended to drink, but you certainly won't have to go to work the next day, so why not? This could turn out to be a helpful coping mechanism to many people. Wine and champagne tend to get better the longer it's aged and increase in value. If you don't plan on drinking it yourself, reimagine it can sell pretty quickly in the barter system, and your average $5 bottle could be worth certainly 10 times its original value. Don't forget that during an emergency, alcohol can be used to disinfect wounds as well. Also, feel free to use the bottles as Molotov cocktails once you finish them off. Hey guys, if you haven't noticed already, we're almost at 1 million subscribers, so remember to smash that subscribe button.